Hey guys, and welcome back to another How To Crucible. Today we are going to be doing a submachine gun, and it is called the 7th Seraph VY7. So let's take a quick peek at this weapon here. So the weapon that I'm using today is going to be offering me a little bit of arrowhead break, lightly vented barrel, just some recoil and some handling, some flared magwell, slightly increases stability, great reload speed. And then we've got Ambitious Assassin, overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. And then we've got Dragonfly, which blows people up from precision damage. But none of this is going to matter anyways, is it? Because it's a submachine gun. So overall feelings for this weapon, absolutely awful. I hated every single second of this weapon. I hated every single second using this weapon. And, I'll tell you why. Because the bad thing about this weapon is that you have to be close. And by close, I mean you have to see pores on the face of the other Guardians. And you can't even see that with their helmet on. That's how close you need to be to the enemy to kill them with this gun. So, let's go to usage strategy. Don't. This gun is bad. If you have a better role for this weapon and it's actually good, let me know in the comments below. That would be awesome, because then I might have hope for this weapon. But I had 0 after about match 7. So, yeah. No, it's not. I wouldn't use this weapon. Usage strategy, no. There's no usage strategy. I would not touch this gun with a 15-meter stick. I wouldn't touch it. I hate it. It's really bad. So let's go ahead and get into our PvP numbers here. So for kills with this weapon, we ended up with 367. So around, the average kills that we've been getting. The last weapon that we got was 381. I don't know what that is because I'm not going to scroll up because I can scroll up. It was gnawing hunger. We got 381 kills with that one, 367 with this one. Deaths, though, we ended up with 281. So our average KD was a 1.45, which isn't terrible, but it's not good at all. A 1.45, I don't want none of that. That's awful. It was sad playing in the Crucible for 20 matches, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I am not going to sit here and lie to you. It was painful. Very, very painful. So now, let's move on to the How To Crucible portion of this game, where I'm going to explain a lot about what is wrong with this weapon. So first of all, let's get into our range, shall we? So we've got long range and short range. We'll start with long range just because we always start with long range. That's just how the show works. So long range is a 1. It is the lowest that it could possibly be, because I will give you the because. Once they've gotten away from you, once they've gotten a distance away from you, say a normal person just throwing, a small rock, and they're not winging it, like a baseball player or something. They're just tossing it. That's about how far you can actually do damage with this weapon. A stone's throw away. Otherwise, once they've gotten that far, your gun is shooting every which direction around the Guardian. It's kind of like you're outlining them. You're giving them a nice outline all the way around their body, and it's like, wow, so nice. But it doesn't do anything. It's useless. It's literally a pea shooter. I'm shooting Nerf bullets at these guys. I'm shooting Nerf bullets at super-powered armored Guardians. You know how fun that is? Not fun. 0 fun. Never will have fun. Ever. Moving on to short range, though. Short range, I'm giving it a 4, and I'll let you know why. So, a submachine gun is really good up close, right? The problem is the submachine gun itself needs to be really good up close. So stats and everything needs to be perfect for that, and it needs to do a decent amount of damage when you're up close. I was hitting like 21s, like super up close, and that was headshots. So that's not good at all. That's way too many bullets. Way too many bullets, and by the time that I was able to get kills on people up close, they were usually either power meleeing me, so completely just destroying me, or shotgunning me, just completely shotgunning me in that sense as well. I was getting killed by a lot of grenades, supers, everything. I just had to get close. And the problem with getting close is getting beamed from every which direction from every single utilization that a Guardian has. So melee, grenades, freaking shotguns, everything. I was also getting blasted from hand cannons at about medium range, and it was demoralizing. I could not get close. I couldn't do anything that I wanted. I was dying at every single point in this freaking game, and it sucked. Okay? It sucked. So it's getting a freaking 4. It gets a 4, all right? It did something, but it didn't do enough. Not even nearly enough that I wanted it to do. Moving on to recoil, I'm giving recoil as well a 4. Mainly because of the fact that, wow, it still sucked holding down that recoil. As soon as they got pretty far away, it was a crapshoot, to be honest. If I was getting a kill on that, I was patting myself on the back because I was like, dang, bro, you just controlled the recoil of like 15 guns packed into one. So great job. Yeah, the recoil is pretty bad on this gun. I had a mod on it, counterbalance stock, which reduces the recoil deviation, so it was more vertical recoil for this weapon. So I don't even want to know what this weapon's like without that. I don't even want to know what the recoil looks like going left and right and all over the place, because I don't want to do with none of that. No, so it was mostly straight up and down for me, but it was still bad. It was really hard to control. Really hard to control. So we're going to get a 4. Moving on to solo and team. So for solo, I'm also giving it a 4. It's just it was hard. Like I said, shotguns, melee, grenades, supers. It was really hard getting kills because I had to be so close, and being so close opened me up to a lot more danger than any other weapon does. You know, a scout rifle, pulse rifle, hand cannon, auto rifle even, I'm able to keep my distance away from them. So shotguns really don't bother me in the Crucible that often. So they'll catch me off guard every once in a while, like all shotguns do. But this time it was every single fight. I was fighting some guy with a shotgun, and that stupid Titan shatter thing. Oh, I hated that thing. They lunge at you 15 feet in the air. Or not 15 feet in the air, but 15 feet across the ground, and then smack you and you die, and that's also horrible. That's stasis, so that's for a different video. But, yeah, it was hard. It was really hard, so it's getting a 4. For team, we're going to give it a 6. It was a little bit better when I was with the team because all I had to do was get a couple shots off. Most of the time I was getting assists. I wasn't really getting full kills in this. A lot of times I was ending up I was ending meleeing the guy. I was ending throwing grenades at the guys. I was ending getting super kills. I was ending doing this and doing that. I really, a lot of the time I was never getting a full solo kill with this weapon, really. It was kind of painful. So sticking with my teammates did do me a little bit better, so I ended up with a 6 for that. Moving on to effectiveness. So for effectiveness, you know how we calculate that. We take the total amount of kills, so 367. We divide that by adding the kills and the deaths together, and then we divide by that. And so that ended up being and then we multiply by 10, of course, to get it back into the normal numbers. So it ended up being a 5.7 rounded up. Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. 5.7 is pretty good for the weapon of this caliber, but it's also pretty bad for the weapon of this caliber. I was expecting to be doing a lot more damage. I think it was just this weapon, when you get close, I would expect a submachine gun to melt, once you've gotten close, you've done the part of the game where you've closed the gap. You've gone around a bunch of targets, you've gotten to the enemy. By that point, the weapon should be doing enough damage to absolutely melt someone, and this just really wasn't cutting it. So it just really did suck. So a 5.7, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Moving on to how to cruise. Frustration. Sorry about when I went too far. So frustration, it is getting the full -5, or not the full -5. It is getting a -5 out of -6. So we've got, the -6 in there so that we can get rid of it completely, right? But yeah, so it is getting a full -5, not a -6. So -5, I actually meant to put a -6, but this gun lucked out. So, so the total number for this weapon is a 19.7, which is poo. So, and by poo, I mean that it is first in the SMG class, which is nuts, right? It made it first, but it's the only one. So, It's pretty low expectations for the next one. And then moving on to How to Crucible, it's dead last. It's just dead last. It's a pain. It was so sad. I didn't want to lose this weapon. I didn't want to do this, but yeah, it's getting deleted. This weapon's not staying in the arsenal, armory, whatever it is. Any mods that I come across to this, like any different variations of this gun, it's getting immediately deleted unless someone in the comments posts a good old god roll for it, because if not, this gun's gone, man. I'm deleting this one. This one I'm gonna push this 1234 into something else, and then that's how it be. That's how it'll be. So that's what we got. So next episode, we are going to be doing the Last Hope, the sidearm for the Vanguard, and I'm actually really excited because I actually love that weapon. So another repeat, but I freaking love that gun. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, go ahead and check out my channel. I got a lot of legacy videos that you can check out versus a lot of these newer ones that are coming out weekly. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.